Welcome, everyone. A brand new patch for F125 has just landed, and let me tell you, this one brings one of the biggest mid-season changes you can get. We're not just talking a few minor tweaks here. This is a proper roster shakeup. Okay, let's get right into it.
All right, we're not wasting any time. Let's jump straight to the most exciting part of this whole update, because there's been a major driver change that brings the game perfectly in line with what's happening in the real world of Formula One, and that is exactly what we love to see.
That's right, Franco Colapinto is now officially in the game as an Alpine driver, taking the seat from Jack Doohan. You know, for a game to make this kind of driver swap mid-season, that's a huge move. It really keeps the whole experience feeling fresh, current, and super authentic.
And here it is, straight from the horse's mouth. These are the official patch notes. Codemasters has confirmed it. Colapinto and Gasly, that is your new default Alpine lineup. It's fantastic to see the game world evolving right alongside the real F1 paddock.
Now, this is super important, so listen up. If you're deep into a career mode or maybe you're playing through Breaking Point, this change will not mess with your saved game. But don't worry, if you still want to get him on your team, you can recruit Colapinto from the F2 2024 roster in your career, so you still have that option.
So let's talk about what's next, because this patch is really just the beginning. Think of it as laying the groundwork for a whole wave of new content that's coming this week.
And this timeline just lays it all out perfectly. The patch dropped on Monday, kind of setting the stage. Then the new Season 4 content goes live on Tuesday. And right after that, the all-important driver ratings get their big update on Wednesday. Yep, it's going to be a packed week for us F125 players. So what's actually in Season 4? Well, on Tuesday, we're getting a full refresh of the Podium Pass, new tiers, new stuff in the store to unlock. But what really catches my eye is this little note about a new exclusive feature. They're being pretty tight-lipped about it, so that's for sure something we need to keep a close watch on. Then, come Wednesday, the driver ratings get their big shakeup. This one is a biggie. It covers everything from the Azerbaijan Grand Prix all the way to Mexico. So yeah, you can definitely expect to see some of those stats moving up and down to reflect what we've seen on the track. All right, beyond all the flashy new content, this patch also gets under the hood and delivers some really important technical fixes. A lot of quality-of-life improvements that honestly a lot of us in the community have been asking for.
So, hey, if you're a sim racer on a PlayStation 5 and you're using a Logitech or a Thrustmaster wheel, this patch has specific fixes just for you. And for all you folks gaming on the go, the new Asus ROG Ally X now has default controller support built right in, which is just a fantastic addition.
And here we have a bunch of other very welcome bug fixes. Your race engineer will finally stop giving you that terrible tire advice on a drying track. Oh my gosh, we have all been there. They've also cleaned up some graphical glitches, fixed some UI annoyances, and just generally made the whole experience more stable. All good stuff.
Finally, and this is a really cool point, the developers made sure to highlight how our feedback, player feedback, directly leads to these kinds of updates and fixes we've just been talking about.
If you want to stay in the loop and see what's coming down the pipeline, the community-raised issues thread on the EA forums is the place to be. Seriously, it's updated all the time. It tracks the bugs that players are reporting, so you can see exactly what the dev team knows about and what they're working on.
And hey, if you find a new bug yourself, don't just get mad about it, report it. The whole process is super straightforward. Just pop over to the forums, find the bug reports page, and post the details. It is the most direct way to get your feedback to the people who can actually do something about it. So that's the full breakdown of patch 1.14. We've got a new face in the paddock, a whole new season just around the corner, and a much more stable game to enjoy it all in. It really just leaves us with one big question. What are you more excited about, seeing Colapinto in that Alpine or whatever surprises Season 4 has in store for us? Let me know what you think.